And hello and welcome back to another episode of Anno 1800. We are back here now with a new stage that we can finish for the World Fair. So let's just do that real quick. I think there's one more stage before we can finally finish our monument. And we've reached that now too. Looking better and better now with each stage. And we are going now for the last stage, and we've got all the materials that are needed. So filaments, we have the light bulbs, we have the caoutchouc, and we have... No, wait a second, I'm totally wrong here. We need filaments, but that is rather easy to produce. And we also... Well, no, we do have enough workforce. Even though he says missing workforce, we have 2,100 out of the 2,000 that we would need. So we do have enough engineers for that last phase here. So let's start with that. Let's start the last phase, and we still have time because light bulbs and caoutchouc, that is all being transported there now. We need more filaments though, so let's have a real look at our storage here. We do have enough coal, so getting more filaments is easy. We just need to build those filament factories. We do have the space for that, and we're just going to build 3 of them just for the duration of the fair. And once we have all the filaments, we're just going to, you know, destroy them again. And no, we are not increasing productivity here. That would increase or decrease happiness way too much. Alright, so we have that. Let's also have another warehouse here, just for the duration of the additional factories that we have here now, the filaments being produced now. And that should then bring us to the end of our World Fair. I can see now that there's something missing though, and that's electricity. Are we not producing that? Yes, we are, but there is no connection for the World Fair. So let's have a street here. And then, boom, we have electricity now as well. There's still the problem of the insufficient workforce, so we need more engineers. We do have a lot of artisans, so let's just upgrade a few of our houses here for the engineers, so we get more workforce for that. And we're still having a few artisan buildings down here. And yeah, I think this might be a right moment to have some more of those houses on the other side of the river. Engineers, shall we do that? So we can make this a bit more beautiful on the other side, especially around the museum, so that we have more engineers around that. I'm just going to upgrade some buildings here. We do have enough materials anyway, so let's just see what they miss for the upgrade, and that is the university. Well, one of you in the comments already pointed it out correctly. We don't need a pub, and we don't need a marketplace anymore. If we look at the goods or the needs for the artisans, there's no marketplace here and there's no pub here. So even on the happiness, the pub is gone. There's only the beer and the church. But other than that, we don't really need that. So if we upgrade a few more houses here in the closer vicinity of that area here, then the need is totally gone for that. So we can now destroy the pub or remove it and the marketplace. And if everything is right, nothing should be happening now. And I don't think that we see any riots thus far. For the buildings up here, he still needs a pub, but we could build one over here just for now, because I'm going to remove those buildings here soon as well. But for now, let's just have a pub here, so that at least we have something to show off. Some of my ships are under attack, the Clipper here, but again, there are a lot of trade routes here everywhere, and if an enemy ship sees my ship, it just automatically attacks, even if it's on a trade route itself. So I shouldn't worry about that. It's a bit annoying to get that message all the time, but no one's really attacking me. He doesn't do that on purpose, my enemy. What I'm doing though is I'm buying shares of my enemies. So this one here, as you can see, I'm in total control of this one here. So I could have a hostile takeover now for Bente Jorgensen, and she would be gone from the game then. So I'm not doing that right now. I'm just profiting from the income that I get of that. So 5,000. But at some point I'm going to take a hostile takeover here. The other route is this one here. So up here we could do a hostile takeover. I tried it, but again, the other one, Beryl O'Mara, was a bit quicker, so she got all the shares now because she took this island here by force. So let's start buying some shares here again. The thing is, I don't want to have a hostile island in the back of my main island over here. I've lost quite some ships here that were on expedition to the north and passed by here and, well, you know, got destroyed. Okay, but we shouldn't worry about that. What we have to worry about is the World's Fair. Everything's looking good here now, and we're building the monument, and we do have enough engineers now to also supply this one here, and filaments and light bulbs is going up. So the last stage is being built now, looking good. And what we can do here, because we destroyed now the pub, we could just build the university there, and I just lost a bit of my attractiveness, so I need to get it back by building some trees like that. Okay, they want the church, the university as a need, so let's build one. That's the building for that again, and we need to get rid of that street here and that one, and then we can build this rather beautiful building. I like it.
Production has stopped.
There it is, and we can have something here actually, but I don't know what right now. So we could just have some ornaments there, or a gentleman's club, a members club, that would fit in here quite nicely. We just would need to remove the trees there, but other than that we could have it here at some point. We'll wait for that. We could also have another, I think that would work. Yeah, a compound here, look at that. If I remove the street, we could have another compound here for the museum. Alright, so we have the university, and we can have a few more engineers now. So let's just take this block here and have some more engineers, shall we? Just like that. On that side, and perhaps here as well. And over there. And we've got more engineers now, and, well, engineers now on the other side of my beautiful town as well. In my busy town. So it's growing, kind of. I really love that your city grows organically, so it never really feels artificial here. You know, you have to do it step by step, and your city changes every few minutes. Just a bit, just a tiny bit, but after a few hours you see that it looks totally different. And I love that. So you have the best buildings in the center, and then the more you get outside, the smaller your buildings become. Just like in real life, and you have to do that like that in Anno as well. I really like that. Okay, so that's it for now. The World's Fair is being constructed, and we have more engineers. And let's also go for the zoo right now. So some of you want to have a better garden just in front of the zoo, so we can do that, of course. For that, I would need to get rid of a few of those houses here. So let's just say we need to remove those houses. Just like that. Of course, I'm going to move more houses than to this side here, so that we have a few more buildings around it. Those are going to be beautiful buildings as well, of course. So I intend to have artisans here as well, around the zoo at some point. Right now it doesn't look like that, of course. And here now we could have a small garden. Let's also remove those buildings here, then we have a bigger garden. And then I could just, you know, start building my park. I do have some new buildings here for the ornaments as well, and some fountains. So let's see what we can do here. We could have, first of all, I like to start with a fence around my garden. So we can have this straight fence here. On those sides. There's a festival,
Production has stopped.
The beer festival. Now that we have enough beer, we have a beer festival. And of course I also need corners. Like that. And like that. And we also need an archway. So let's have one just in front of the zoo and on the other side. Like so. And there we have those archways or archways. Okay, looking good so far. What else do we want? We want to have a path in the middle. A straight hedge path. I think that's the most beautiful one that we can make out of that. I still haven't really figured out how we could have a transition here between the archway and, well, my park. So it looks it looks odd. I can't have it like that. You always see a transition kind of.
I wish I could play the trombone like that.
But I would like to have a seamless transition, but it doesn't seem to be possible. It doesn't look that nice here. You can see that. And there's no way for me to change that. So this one here looks artificial as well. And there's no other way. So I don't have anything else here at my disposal. When it comes to the paths that I have. Nope, that's it. So those are all the pathways that I have. So I think we are going with the hedge here. That's the only thing that comes to mind. Perhaps there is another way. And perhaps I'm going to change it then once I see it. But it looks like that is the only way to do that. You know, to have it like that. And of course, we also want to have in the middle this one here. Well, that's bad actually, because people can't move over it then. So I think a park in the, or a fountain in the middle would fit nicely. So that one here. But then again, as you can see, we can't put it in the middle, kind of. That's a bit unfortunate. So let me just tinker around here a bit. And that's how my garden looks now. It took me quite some time, but I think it looks nice. Let me tell you what I think about this garden. It's right in front of our zoo now, and we have some gazebo plazas that we only got with the investors, and then a beautiful fountain plaza in the middle here, and the beer festival coming around that, and some beautiful flower beds. I've never used them before, but I think they do quite nicely here. And I hope my people enjoy it. We can also walk around in this garden of ours. So there we have now the zoo. And quite right, we do have a view now over the city, so we can see the city in the back. Especially if we go now into the park, we can see the World's Fair exhibition over there. And then we can just walk around here and have a look at the flower beds here. And yeah, I think I like it. And it's even symmetrical. Very nice. So I think that's a good park here now that we have, and we can also upgrade the buildings around it to have it a bit more beautiful, and artisans are coming in here as well at some point. I don't know what I'm doing with those areas here. Perhaps I'm just going to expand my zoo into those directions. You know, I still have lots of animals, and I even haven't gotten an epic animal yet. So if you take the items, you can see that there is the item level. So we do have common items, rare items like the orca, and there's also epic items that we haven't found yet. We can find them on the expeditions. And for example, a 2-star expedition probably is going to give us such an item. There's a chance for that. So, well, we do have some space here later to have some more compounds here for our beautiful zoo. And yeah, I think I'm going to like this area a lot here, especially when we have more beautiful buildings here. And with that park here, yeah, definitely worth it. Very nice. The exhibition is still being built, so we're still quite some way away from that, and now we can focus on something else that I want you to do. Let me just check my shares here real quick again, so that we still have all the shares that we need, because I intend to have some hostile takeovers soon. We do have all the shares, and what I want to do now is the next production that we need. So if I look at my investors, they need something else to be happy, and that is the champagne. We already have some champagne in here. I have no idea how we got some champagne. I think from one of my expeditions, probably, but it's at 0. Look at that. So I don't know how it could have been fulfilled. That is strange. Is that a bug? Let's speed the game up a bit to see if that says it 100%. And it does, even though we don't have any champagne. So in my consumer goods, it's down. But it seems to be fulfilled. That is really strange. I don't understand this right now. So according to this, we have fulfilled champagne. But of course, it can only be a bug, and hopefully with the next restart, it's gone. So we still need to do that. We still need to build a champagne production. And we do that here. And let me just check real quick where the strike is. There it is. And once you have a strike anywhere, you know, you have this music all the time in the background, and it's so annoying at some point. That Russian choir. So let's send a ship with bricks real quick to New Hollow, so we can have another police station there. That solves the strike that we have. Let's get more bricks. We have enough of them, fortunately for us. And I'm going to send them there. Do we have a police station close by? We don't. That's the problem here. There is one. And they're already in action, but it's taking some time before this riot is over. Anyways, I'm thinking about destroying this city here in general, because there's not much reason for that. We do have quite a high workforce and farmers. Well, we do have our farmer city down here, Mayans, and we can just expand on that. You know, there's still some space left where we can have more farmer houses, so I don't really need it. Anyways, let's go for the champagne, shall we? We do that here. I have all the resources that we need, hopefully. We'll see about that. And champagne is rather easy, so let's have a look at that. We need glass, so a sand mine, glass, and a vineyard, and then we can produce that. So we need quite a lot of vineyards, as far as I can tell, but we do have beach here as well, so I can have everything I want here. So 30 seconds each of them. So let's have 4 sand mines. And right, I need to get another ceasefire here with her.
Not unless we get what it's rare we leave any.
Just like that. 4 sand mines. So there we have 4 sand mines now, and I also need the glass maker for that. Just need to find it. Where was the glass maker again? I think on the windows, there it is. And 4 of them. Okay, and let's also have another warehouse here. Let me just turn down the music a bit. That should do. Okay, so we have the glass makers here. They produce the glass now. We have 4 of them. Let's go back to the champagne. So 30 seconds, and I intend to have 4 of them for now. And for that, I need, oh my goodness, quite a lot of vineyards. So 1 vineyard produces every 2 minutes. And if I want to have 4 champagne cellars, I need 4 for each. So for 4, I need 16 vineyards, actually. 16 of them. That is going to be close with the timber, so I definitely will need to transport more timber to that island. Let's get my bricks to New Hollow now for the police station, and I can also just take some timber with me while I'm at it over there, and now we can build a police station here to get rid of that strike here. Let's have 2. That should do it, hopefully. Okay, so 16 vineyards, that's right. That's a lot. Yeah, it's still fulfilled here. Very odd. Oh, I think it's fulfilled because of the beer festival. Look at that. Residents are provided with schnapps, beer, rum and champagne. Okay, so it's the festival that's doing that. It's not a bug, but the festival is temporary, so we need to do that nevertheless. Let's have the warehouse. Where should we put it? I need a lot of them though, for 16 vineyards. Going to be interesting how much space they need. Let's start over here. And let's build the first one. It needs 128, so that's rather small, like that. So we can move the street more up to this area here to save some space. One of my ships got destroyed again by him, and he knows what's coming for him anyway.
Ship under attack.
Is he attacking my ships on purpose now? It doesn't look like it.
Production has stopped.
But we definitely want to get rid of this annoying player soon.
The strike has ended.
Perfect, we've solved the strike at least now with the new Havisham.
Game safe.
Yeah, and I think he's actually destroying my ships on purpose now.
Workforce shortage.
So, let's get my fleet into action.
For the Admiral.
I do have 5 of them. And send them here into the ocean.
Ship was destroyed.
Yeah, and another one of my ships got destroyed now. So he's actually destroying my ships on purpose now with the frigate and the gunboat.
Fleet awaiting orders.
My fleet is on its way now, and we are going to destroy that. It's a bit annoying, so I will need to build a few more clippers to replace them in my trade route. And we're still not farther here with our champagne production.
Ship under attack.
So let's have some more here.
Production
4.
has stopped.
And hopefully we have a good vintage here in Havisham.
It's grown ugly.
So 4 of them, and let's have another 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, no, I did not want to destroy that one.
Ship under attack.
Yeah, our fleet has arrived,
Ship under attack.
and we can now destroy him. So there we destroyed one of his ships. And let's send them to this one. There's another cargo ship here that wants to be destroyed. And lucky for us, our fleet can handle that. I love those big liners. They are way stronger than the battle crews, as far as I know.
Engage.
That, and there's still one more, which should be possible because it's being slowed down already, and
Stations.
that's the end of that. Very nice. And we should not forget that we've lost some ships, so once my clippers are ready, we can replace them. Okay, so we have 8
Every care.
of them now, so half of what I need. Let's make it 10.
Something for all seasons.
Ship constructed.
So we have 10 now.
All in Her Majesty's name.
Then I'm going to have another warehouse here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and that's it. And then we have 10 vineyards for that. Okay, so 10 vineyards, and we have enough glass makers as well. So all we need now is 4 champagne cellars, and we can even afford that because we produce timber on this island. I totally forgot that. So we still have enough timber, and let's see where I should place. Yeah, here. That's the perfect spot for it. For 4 wine cellars or champagne cellars. 2, 3, and 4. And they produce now champagne. Let's take this clipper here, Langoustine, as our champagne trade route. From Havisham to Sleepy Hollow. And we choose champagne. Let's take 150. There's no way we produce that much, but it's still better to have more than less. And langoustine. Perfect. And that's how we finish champagne. It's one of the last goods that we need for our investors. So the last thing then would be the steam carriages. And then we would have fulfilled all the demands they have. And then only happiness counts. So we have the jewelry, the pocket watch, and the gramophones left. But for now, that should suffice. And we still have to wait a bit now for the World Fair. We need more filaments. And once that is complete, we continue with the next stage. Oh, we actually finished the World Fair. I think we are doing that in the next episode. So stay tuned for another episode. See ya!